So in this video I'm going to show you how to make the solid granny triangle. So it's very similar to the granny triangle when we start off, but instead of crocheting into just the spaces, we're actually crocheting into the sides of the trebles. So in this video I'll show you how to do the solid granny triangle and also how to change colours if you want to add a little bit more interest to your triangle. These look great if you want to put them together with another 5 to make a nice hexagon. You can then join them up as blankets. Equally, you can make a lovely coaster with them. You can make them slightly bigger to make placemats. Really, the possibilities are endless and up to your imagination. So let's get on with the video. Hello, my name's Karen Stangram and welcome to Conquer Crochet, the channel for tips, tricks and techniques for conquering your crochet. Everything I talk about in today's video will be linked in the descriptions below. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss a single stitch. So if you're keen to get going with this video, give me a thumbs up and let's do this. So for this tutorial I'm going to use a double knit yarn. The label recommends using a 4mm crochet hook, so that's what I'm going to use. I have my scissors to cut off my end and my yarn needle for sewing in my ends. So we're going to start off with a slip knot and we're going to chain 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're not sure how to do a slip knot, I can show you in a video which I'll pop in the descriptions below. You could also start off, instead of doing the 4 chain, you could do a magic ring. I'll put a link in the descriptions for the magic ring video I have as well. So I'm going to start off with the chain 4 and then going to do a slip stitch into that very first chain that we made. So the 4th chain from the hook, you don't count the one on the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to insert, yarn over, pull through, then pull through the one on your hook without yarning over. We can pull on the tail just to tighten it up, and here we have the ring that we're going to work into. So we're going to start off by chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. This 3 chain will count as a treble. We're then going to make 2 more trebles. That's UK terminology, that would be double crochet in US terminology. So we yarn over, we insert into the ring that we've just made, yarn over and pull through. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to make another treble. So we're going to yarn over, insert into the same ring, yarn over and pull back through the ring. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So there we have 3 trebles, this 3 chain counting as a treble. We're now going to make a corner, and to do that we're going to chain 2. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Now we're going to make the second side. We're going to do 3 trebles. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. That's 1 treble. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We have 2 trebles. We make 1 last treble, yarn over, insert into the ring, yarn over, pull back through the ring, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And you may have noticed that I'm actually holding the tail as part of the ring. That means that I don't have to sew in this tail at the end. If you want to leave it loose and sew it in at the end, that's entirely your choice. So we now have a side, a corner, a side. We need to make another corner, so we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. Now it's a triangle, so we need 3 sides, so we're going to do 3 more trebles to make the next side. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, and then 1 final treble through that ring, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. So we have 3 sides, 2 corners. We need to make 1 last corner, so we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and now we need to join it up to this side here, and we're going to do a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. So we have 1, 2, 3. So we're going to insert our hook, yarn over, pull through the stitch, and then pull through the one on our hook without yarning over. And there we have round 1 complete. And it starts off very similar to the traditional granny square triangle, but with the solid granny triangle we're going to be crocheting into the stitches rather than just crocheting into the spaces. So for round 2 then, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. That counts as our treble, and it's the treble that goes into the top of this stitch here. So we need to do a treble in the top of each of the next 2 trebles from the previous round. So we yarn over, insert through both parts of the top of that stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. We're then going into the next one with another treble, so yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we come to our corner, and this is the pattern for the corner space. So we yarn over, we go into that 2 chain space, and we make our first treble. Then we make our second treble, and then we chain 2, which will become the corner that we'll do exactly the same thing into in the next round. Now in the same 2 chain space we're going to finish off that corner with 2 more trebles. That's 1 and 2. Now we're coming to the sides, and we're going to treble into the top of each of these 3 trebles from the previous round. Now you need to be careful because we're going into this stitch here. So this part here belongs to this stitch. This part here belongs to this stitch, and that's where quite a few crocheters go wrong, and they would go into 1, 2, 3, but that's actually the chain for the 2 chain space. So you might have to pull your trebles aside so you can see where you need to go into. So yarn over into that treble, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Do the same in the next treble by adding another treble and a treble into the top of the next treble. Now we come to a corner, and as we did on this corner here, we're going to do 2 trebles. That's 1 and 2. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to do 2 trebles, 1 and 2. We're now going to do a side, so we're going into the top of these 3 trebles here with trebles, so we're going to go 1 into the top of the second one and into the top of the third one. Okay, now we come to our last corner, so we're going to do 2 trebles. That's 1 and 2. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to treble 2, 1 and 2. We're then going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain here, so 1, 2, 3. and that completes the second round. So for the third round we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. The chain 3 always counts as a treble, and it is the treble for this stitch here. So we're now going to treble into the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. So that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We come to a corner. Corners are exactly the same as the previous round, so we'll do 2 trebles. That's 1 and 2, 2 chains, 2 trebles, 1 and 2. Then we do our trebles into the top of these stitches, remembering to pull these stitches to the side so that we can go into this treble here. So we do 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7. So each round these sides are going to increase by 4 because we add 2 trebles to this corner and 2 trebles to this corner, which then become the sides because it's only the chain space that is the corner. So they're going to increase by 2 at that end and 2 at that end, all the way through on each round. 2 trebles to make our corner, chain 2 and 2 more trebles, 1 and 2, and then we're going to work pulling these stitches aside so we can see that stitch. We're going to work our 7 trebles into each of the next 7 treble stitches from the previous round. It's 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7. Coming to our final corner, 2 trebles, 1 and 2, chain 2, 1 and 2 trebles, and we've still got to make up a bit of space here, so we're going to treble into this stitch here, treble into this one here. Remember, this 3 chain counts as the treble in that stitch, so let's do our 2 trebles. That's 1 and 2, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of the 3 chain. So 1, 2, 3, insert our hook, yarn over, pull it through the stitch, then through the loop on your hook, and you have round 1, round 2, round 3. Round 4 continues in exactly the same way, so you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to do your trebles in each of these stitches here. Then you do your corner of 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles, treble in all the trebles on the side, another corner, treble in all of these stitches, another corner, and then treble, 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 and slip stitch into the top of this 3 chain. So I'm going to do a couple more rounds just so you can see how it works out. So if at any point you'd like to change colour, I would change colour at the start of the round. So before you do your slip stitch, I would have my new colour, I would make a knot. So I would insert into the top of your space, put your slip stitch on your hook, pull your slip stitch through that 3 chain and through the chain on your hook, and I would then start my 3 chains and then continue all the way around in exactly the same way as I've shown you. So I'm going to do a couple of rounds now just so you can see how it looks when it gets slightly larger. So I've just come to the end of the round I want to finish on, and I've done my slip stitch into the top of my 3 chain here. So I'm going to yarn over and pull through, use my scissors to chop off my end, and there I have my solid granny triangle. Now if you block this, you can block it so that it will be more triangular, because at the moment it has this sort of slight curve, and that's due to the sort of granny stitch that we started off with in the middle that is quite round. So we've been trying to straighten it out. I was going to say square it off, but triangle it off I suppose, throughout the rounds. So I have one colour change in here. You can change every round if you want to. You can keep it all solid. I think it sort of looks like a Christmas tree if you keep it in one solid colour, and you could maybe add a little trunk to your tree there. That would be quite sweet. I did some granny triangles, not the solid granny triangle. I did the granny triangle as a little gift tag last year, and I added a little extra bit on the bottom, just a few trebles, just to make the trunk here. And they made really lovely gift tags to go on the side of the bags for the gifts I was giving. Just something to sort of jazz it up. It was a plain bag that I'd used, so I wanted something a little bit festive to go onto the bag. So that's how to make the solid granny triangle. I really hope you found today's tutorial useful. If there are any information that you need to find out about this video, have a look in the descriptions below, where I post all the links to any freebies and other videos I think you might find useful. Don't forget, if you have enjoyed this video, to give me a thumbs up below. Don't forget also to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you've enjoyed it and you'd like to see more of my tutorial videos. There are 2 other videos on screen to help you on your crochet journey, and I will see you over there. Thank you so much for joining me on this one, and happy hooking!